Good day friends, this channel for mechanical engineering. This channel is your pocket dictionary of mechanical. This channel contains our basic entry question and answer, mechanical design, software of Creo, AutoCAD, SolidWorks, CATIA, ANSYS, etc. and production and quality departments related. So please subscribe KPS Make English channel. If you like videos, please share your friends. Hello friends, are you studying mechanical engineering? Or you go to any interview? So, very useful, commonly asked in any interview for mechanical engineering. Just 200 questions and answers. We give the 10 parts of videos. Every part 20 question and answer given. You prepare the basic knowledge for mechanical engineering interviews. Section 6, question number 101. What is the difference between isotropic and anisotropic materials? Answer: if a material exhibits same mechanical properties regardless of loading direction, it is isotropic. Example: homogeneous cast materials. Materials lacking this property are anisotropic. Question number 102. What are orthotropic materials? Answer: it is a special class of anisotropic materials which can be described by giving their properties in three perpendicular directions. Example: wood, composites. Question number 103. What is weave factor? Answer: weave factor is dependent upon geometry of two surfaces exchanging radiation. Question number 104. What properties need to be considered for application calling for following requirements? 1. Rigidity. 2. Strength for no plastic deformation under static load. 3. Strength to withstand overload without fracture. 4. Wear resistance. 5. Reliability and safety. Answer: 1. Rigidity. Rigidity means elastic modulus and yield strength. Second one, strength is yield point. Third one, strength, toughness and impact resistance. Fourth one, wear resistance, hardness. Fifth one, reliability and safety, endurance limit and yield point. Question number 105. Explain the effects of alloying chromium and nickel in stainless steel. Answer: addition of nickel and chromium increases the tensile strength and increase in resistance to corrosion takes place. Question number 106. Mention two types of dislocations. Answer: dislocation refer to a break in the continuity of the lattice. In HT dislocation, one plane of atoms gets squeezed out. In screw dislocation, the lattice atoms move from the regular ideal positions. Question number 107. What are the principal constituents of
Answer: principal constituents of brass are copper and zinc. Question number 198. What is Curie point? Answer: Curie point is the temperature at which ferromagnetic materials can no longer be magnetized by outside forces. Question number 109. Specific strength of materials is very high when they are in fiber size part, lower when they are in bar form Y. Answer: crystal structure has order, repeating arrangements of atoms. Fibers are liable to maintain this and thus have high specific strength as size increases. The conditions of order and repeating arrangements cannot be guaranteed because of several types of defects and dislocations, and thus the specific strength gets lower. Question number 110. What is the percentage of carbon in cast iron? Answer: above 2.5%. Question number 111. Which element is added in steel to increase resistance to corrosion? Answer: chromium. Question number 112. Whether individual components in composite materials retain their characteristics or not? Answer: yes. Question number 113. An elastomer is a polymer when its percentage elongation rate is? Answer: greater than 100%. Question number 114. If percentage elongation of material is more than 200%, it is classified as answer: rubber. 115. Why is it the maximum value which the residual stress can reach is the elastic limit of the material? Answer: a stress is excess of elastic limit with no external force to oppose it will relieve itself by plastic deformation until it reaches the value of the yield stress. Question number 117. Distinguish between creep and fatigue. Answer: creep is low and progressive deformation of a material with time under a constant stress at high temperature applications. Fatigue is the reduced tendency of material to offer resistance to applied stress under repeated or fluctuating loading condition. Question number 116. Why fatigue stress decreases as size of a part increases beyond around 10 mm? Answer: perfection of material conditions is possible at lower sizes and as size increases. It is not possible to attain uniform structure of the material. Question number 117. Distinguish between creep and fatigue. Answer: creep is low and progressive deformation of a material with time under a constant stress at high temperature applications. Fatigue is the reduced tendency of material to offer resistance to applied stress under repeated or fluctuating loading conditions. Question number 118. While normal cauterizing and nitrating surface treatments increase fatigue strength, excessive treatment may decrease the fatigue strength. Why? Answer. Normal cauterizing or nitrating treatments in increase volume due to phase transformation at surface and introduce residual compressive surface stress and thus increases the fatigue strength. By excessive treatment, the high compressive stresses are introduced, but these are balanced by high internal tensile stress of equal value, and the subsurface fatigue cracks may develop in the regions of high tensile stress and lead to early fatigue failure. Question number 119. List at least 2 factors that promote transition from ductile to brittle fracture. Answer. Manner of loading and the rate of loading promote transition from ductile to brittle fracture. A machine member may have ductile failure under starting loading but may fail in brittle fashion when the load is fluctuating. Similarly, a material may evidence ductile failure under tensile loading at ordinary testing speed, but if load is applied at a high velocity, then failure may be brittle. Question number 120. Which theories of failure are used for ductile materials and brittle materials? Answer. For ductile materials, theories of failure used are maximum shear stress theory and maximum energy of distortion theory. While for a brittle materials, theory of maximum principal stresses and maximum strains are used. Okay friends, this section is completed. Next section, important questions are coming. Thank you for this section.